initial, and I was getting ready to enter this trade. I noticed on the 2-minute the candle closed red, and I was like, okay, that's a possible pullback to the downside. But the thing is, the overall market trend was upside, so I wasn't too sure if I wanted to take this trade or not. I was a bit hesitant. It breaking it down VWAP and breaking lows on the lower time frame were just 2 indications, and usually my A plus setup is usually 3 indications. So I was a bit hesitant, and I decided not to take this trade. The risk reward was pretty solid, but still I felt like it wasn't too strong to go to the downside. So I decided to wait this out. So I was right. I saw the potential of the downside was invalid, and it did not have enough momentum to go down. So I started looking for a place of the upside, and I was just waiting for my confirmations, and I noticed that NQ was breaking its London session high. And usually those are where my A plus setups are around. I just have to wait for the breakout and the pullback, and I would enter. The reason why I only put my target up there at 150 ticks is because, first of all, look at the price action with NQ. It's weird. It's trash. It doesn't look great. But if I could have these 3 confirmations, if it breaks out, pulls back, and retests the London session, and it's breaking above VWAP, yes, I will enter in this trade. Just 1 contract. So I'd have to put my stop below those wicks, and my target at like a 1.5 to 1. Looks solid, because I look at those wicks above, it's possible that I could do the same thing again. So I just wanted to play it safe. And now I'm just waiting to see if I could enter in this trade or not. So I saw that it broke highs, it broke those wicks, and it looked pretty strong. And immediately it reversed a little bit. I was like, okay, that's fine. I'm waiting for this retracement. That's good enough for me. If I see this retracement touching this London high, I'm in. And those were my confirmations: the breakout, pullback, and the breakup of VWAP, and the overall trend being bullish. That's 4 confirmations right there. Even though the price action looked kind of shitty, still I decided to take the risk and enter in this trade. And knowing what NQ does, I like to put my stops below those wicks, and put my target into that 1.5 to 1 where So as you guys can see, this trade looked terrible, but when you practice price action for a long time and you notice the past 5 candles tried to go down and you see all those wicks, but it just couldn't do that. That's the only reason why I decided to hold and not take out, because it looked like I was just stuck in chop. But I believe that my stop loss was in the right position, and if it hit that target, it would have probably been invalidated. So I decided to take my chances. The psychology was hitting pretty hard. I was very calm. I was honestly very confident about it, but still I was getting a bit hesitant as the market kept chopping up. But I still decided to hold. Once price broke highs, I realized that this was going to shoot insanely high. It wouldn't go any further down, but I was happy, I was satisfied, and I decided to hold, so my psychology was very, very good. I was up a little over 700 in the day. This was my second trade on this challenge, and it was a success. NQ was being an ass, but it was a good trade overall. Listen, psychology, man, is probably the hardest thing this trader has to master. You are literally battling your mind, yourself, your emotions. Like, you're stressed, you have to keep yourself calm on any trade that you take. It's probably the hardest thing that I had to go through in my trading life. For the past 2.5 years that I've been trading, that was so hard to get through. And I'm still working on it. But I've definitely seen a lot of improvement in my trading. And I'm definitely seeing myself getting somewhere in my life when it comes to this skill. It's hard, but you can do it too. I think anybody can do it if they really put their mind to it. I read something somewhere from a book. It's called Winning the War in Your Mind. Let's see if I can find it. This book. It's called Winning the War in Your Mind. It's one of the best books I read, but quoting from the book, it says, your life moves in the direction of your strongest thoughts. You gotta stop trusting your thoughts. You gotta stop listening to those thoughts. You gotta fight that every day. You gotta fight against it. And it's one of the biggest truths that I've ever learned in my life. And that applies to anything, whatever you do. You gotta keep those thoughts in check. And as a trader, that is probably one of the most important things I can preach to you guys. Keep them in check. Or you are going to lose a lot of money in the markets, just like I did. I lost thousands of dollars and real money in my savings. I was broke. And I'm still barely managing, man. It's hard. It's really, really hard. But if I can do it, you can do it too. That being said, like this video, subscribe for more content, and we'll get back to you in the next video. Peace.